Alright, welcome back. I'm so excited because the announcement trailer for Under Night In-Birth 2 has been released and they had it playable at EVO. So if you check out this right here, you can see that people were actually playing a demo of the new game. Now, many newcomers looking at this game are going to think, okay, not very much has changed. It's obviously the same game and it kind of looks the same as the previous game. But the main changes are actually going to be underneath the surface and in the new characters. Now, the reason it has to be like this is because it's a small company. They're not like as big as Arc System Works. They're being published by Arc System Works, but the company that makes this game, they're only like a small team of 16 or 17 people. So it's much more like the original days where Street Fighter Alpha was a game, and then Alpha 2 was basically the same sprites but with new system mechanics. Alpha 3 was, again, the same sprites but with a few new characters and, different system mechanics. Even though we've had this game for like 10 years, it's still going to look the same and it's going to use many of the same stages as before, but it is a numbered sequel. This is Under Night In-Birth 2. Now, at EVO, we actually got some footage of the developers playing and talking about it. So this is the interview. You can see them. They were talking about the game and saying, what development has been like. And then they actually went and they showed some of the gameplay. So if we have a look here, you can see the developer and the artist of the game actually trying out some new stuff. And there are a number of changes that are a little bit difficult to see if you don't look underneath the surface. And anyway, this is basically, I feel like it's an update for the fans. People who loved this game already, they're going to continue loving this game because this is all for them. This is not like, here's a bunch of easy system mechanics that are going to bring in a bunch of new players. Hopefully, of course, the new game will be so well loved by the fans that new players will also come in and enjoy the game. The goal here is obviously not the same as something like Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising, which is an update to the game where it's trying to really bring new people in. Now, on the topic of what has changed, there's actually an ongoing change list, which I don't know who is the organizer of it, but it's going around online and people are sharing it, and I think people can I guess sign in and make changes to this document. But there are a number of things that people, obviously the main fans, are really curious about what has changed, and this is the document. So there are a lot of changes that I won't even understand because a lot of people have a very deep understanding of this game. But let's see what the main changes are. First of all, it says that Raito has confirmed that the whole soundtrack has been re-recorded. That must have been a mammoth task, and I'm really curious to hear what the changes are to the music and the subtle differences in the recording. Maybe some of the solos, the guitar solos, have been changed, or maybe they've just gone for a more realistic sound, or maybe they've gone for a more electronic sound. Who knows? We do, of course, also know that the main character select screen music has been recomposed, so there's a brand new track for that, which I shared on Twitter. Every character has new voice lines as well. This makes sense because they're going to have new moves. Character colors are the same as the Uniclear, but there are now 4 slots available for custom colors, or maybe 5. So it's going to be a little bit like Multi-Blood type Lumina, where you can customize them yourself. Button check is now available in the character select menu. You don't have to actually boot up a match and then kill each other just to test out the buttons. You can just do the button check in the menu. Under Night already had a very good training mode, but training mode's just constantly evolving. The menu system is not being done as one long scrolling list. In Uniclear, it was one long scrolling list, so it's kind of nice that the stuff is organized into pages now. Songs and stages can be removed from the random select pool. That's amazing. You can see it here. You can actually mark these tracks to remove them from the random filter. All right, system mechanics. This is what we're really interested in. Like, how is the game going to feel different? There's this new celestial mechanic. I think there was a little bit of confusion over how exactly this works, but it says after winning Vorpal, if you have 6 blocks when you win Vorpal, because you can just win by having more blocks than the opponent, but it says if you're over 6 blocks when you win Vorpal, you'll instantly get a full 12 grid blocks instantly. The cycle moves forward on a successful purple shield. Okay, so that grind grid gauge at the bottom, you can see that the cycle usually takes like 16.5 to 17 seconds in order to complete. But now, every time you do a perfect, every time you actually hit someone doing a shield, just normal shield, you can actually see that the grid kind of jumps a little bit in the cycle and speeds up. Wow. You just gotta hand it to these Undernight fans for picking up something that subtle. Concentrate no longer uses meter. It says 1 AD will now force stand tech. Now the 1 basically means that you're holding down back, and the AD means that you're doing the throw tech, and normally you can crouch and press that button, and I guess nothing will happen because you're not actually standing up. I assume maybe you didn't see the animation, but it looks like it will now force you to stand up and do the throw tech animation. The input for guard thrust has been changed. I honestly don't remember what it was before because I never did it. Normals using the A button can now be counter hit. Guard thrust does not grid break without Vorpal. There's a new mechanic called Creeping Edge. I saw this in the trailer and I didn't 100% understand how it worked, but it gives you a block of grid when you successfully roll through the move. So I think this is kind of like a reversal. You can be blocking a move, and then if you press a button, you'll do a reversal, which in Street Fighter would push the enemy away from you, but it looks like in this game, it'll kind of roll you through the enemy. So maybe this is going to be useful to escape the corner when your people are pressuring you. Veil Off doesn't grid break anymore. That's weird. Oh, doing Veil Off Raw still removes Vorpal, but VO stripping doesn't. Counter hit throw now shows counter hit. Okay, so this is a big thing in this game. It looks like just a giant red square and it says counter. Counter! It's like an Arial font or something. So it's obviously, hopefully it's just a placeholder. And now we are starting to see the changes to specific moves. This is thanks to all of the people who have gone up to the demo and actually tried out stuff that they normally do with their characters. I am mostly interested in Seth, so just scrolling down to here. New force function. Whoa! He's got like a weird vortex that pulls the enemy toward it. Yes! That looks great. Sucks the opponent in. Dash 6 force function is the multi-hit slashing attack. So that actually uses a bit of grid. I guess it's an overhead? It looks overhead to me. 236C now goes away on hit. Okay, it looks like you do the orb and then the orb will disappear if you get hit. So don't get hit. You just need to make sure that you continue the combo. Combos after the unblockable setups potentially gone. I didn't even know what these setups looked like before, but let's find out. And the combo meter turns orange after unblockable setups, meaning that the combo is over. So when it's a real combo, you see that it's blue, but then it goes orange there. Interesting. Okay. Wow, these people, they really did their homework. So anyway, if you want to check out more footage from Under Night In-Birth 2, you can actually head over to the Twitch page for Arc System Works, because there is, I think there's a lot, there's like hours of footage. At least it's the 3-hour stream that they did where the artist was actually showing exactly how he draws the keyframe animations. Like this is him drawing a new frame for this move, and apparently Kamane was like, I don't even know what this move is going to be. So he's like kind of exciting for him as well. But plenty of gameplay footage if you want to see what the game looks like and how combos look, and if you want to analyze them to find out what combos are now possible and all the changes that people are still adding these changes to that document that I just went through. And again, I know so little about the in-depth stuff of the game. I just enjoy the game because it's a lot of fun. On a very base level, I just really love the system mechanics in this game. I love the aesthetic. I just love the way it feels to play. And I would like to know more about the in-depth stuff. But there's a lot of stuff that you won't understand until you get to higher levels of gameplay. So I'm going to be playing this game a lot, and you can expect a lot more of it on this channel. So if you want to see more about Under Night In-Birth 2, you want to see reveal trailers and reactions, or you want to hear just talking videos, or you want to see actual gameplay from this game when it finally does come out in 2024, hopefully early 2024, then make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. This is where the gameplay stuff happens, and the main channel, Nihongo Gamer, is where you can see all of the latest gear reviews, hardware reviews, and that sort of thing, and my phone alarm has just rung. So make sure you're subscribed, like the video if you haven't done so already, and comment below. Are you excited about Under Night In-Birth 2, and do you like the look of these changes, or do they make you kind of scared, and do you feel like maybe these aren't the changes that you were hoping for? Do let me know. That's all for now. I'll see you next time.